Hi boys and girls, today I'm going to be reading Thunder Cake by Patricia Palacco. If you are afraid of thunder, don't fear because Thunder Cake, the book, is here. You have Patricia Palacco to thank. And today we have a special guest, my sister.
Hi!
So today we are going to read this, and this book is made for people who are afraid of thunder. And at the end of this book, there's going to be a recipe for the real, actual thunder cake. So that sounds exciting. Well, let's get to it. On sultry summer days at my grandma's farm in Michigan, the air gets damp and heavy. Storm clouds drift low over the fields. Birds fly close to the ground. The clouds glow for an instant with sharp, crackling light. And then a roaring, low, tumbling sound of thunder makes the windows shudder in their panes. The sound used to scare me when I was little. I loved to go to my grandma's house. Babushka, as I used to call my grandma, had come from Russia years before. But I feared Michigan's summer storms. I feared the sound of thunder more than anything. I always hid under the bed when the storm moved near the farmhouse. This is the story of how my grandma, my babushka, helped me overcome my fear of thunderstorms.
My turn. Grandma looked at the horizon, drew a deep breath and said, "This is thunder cake. Baking weather, all right. Looks like a storm is coming to me."
Yep, there are the hens. They live on a farm in Michigan. Child, you come out from under that bed. It's only thunder you're hearing, my grandma said. Your turn.
The air was hot, heavy, and damp. A loud clap of thunder shook the house, rattling the windows, and made me grab her clothes. "Steady, child," she cooed. "Unless you let go of me, we won't be able to make thunder cake today." "Thunder cake?" I stammered as I hugged her even closer. "Don't pay attention to that old thunder except to see how close the storm is getting. When you see the lightning, start counting real slow. When you hear the thunder, stop counting. That number is how many miles away the storm is. Understand?" she asked. "We need to know how far the storm is so we have time to make the cake and get it into the oven before the storm comes, or it won't be real thunder cake."
There. Right now, this is probably little Patricia, the author. She's hugging the grandma real close.
Deep, 4 fingers.
Her eyes surveyed the black clouds away off in the distance. Then she strode into the kitchen. Her worn hands pulled a thick book from the shelf above the wood stove. "Let's find that recipe, child," she crowed as she lovingly fingered the grease-stained pages to a creased spot. "Here it is, thunder cake." She carefully penned the ingredients on a piece of notepaper. "Now, let's gather all the things we need," she exclaimed as she scurried toward the back door.
We were by the barn door when a huge bolt of lightning flashed. I started counting like Grandma told me to. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Then the thunder roared. 10 miles it is. 10 miles, Grandma said as she looked at the sky. "About an hour away, I'd say. You have to hurry, child. Gather them eggs carefully," like she said. old Nellie Peckhen. I was scared. I knew she would try to peck me. I'm here. She won't hurt you. Just get them eggs, Grandma said softly. The lightning flashed again. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I counted 9 miles away, Grandma reminded me. Sit behind her.
Milk was next. Milk from Old Kick Cow. As Grandma milked her, Kick Cow turned and looked mean, right at me. I was scared. She looked so big. Zip went the lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I counted. Brown went the thunder. 8 miles, child, Grandma croaked. Now we have to get chocolate and sugar and flour from the dry shed.
Look at the big lumpy pink thing.
Look at mean old Kick Cow. She is pretty big.
I was scared as we walked down the path from the farmhouse through tangled weed woods to the dry shed. Suddenly, the lightning slit the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I counted. Boom! Ba-boom! Crashed the thunder. It scared me a lot, but I kept walking with Grandma. Hey, there's no fear.
Another jagged edge of lightning flashed as they crept into the dry shed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I counted. Crackle, crackle, boom, boom, kaboom! The thunder bellowed. It was dark, and I was scared. I'm here, child, Grandma said softly from the doorway. Hurry now, we haven't got much time. We got everything but the secret ingredient. What do you think the secret ingredient is? What do you think it is, Ivy?
Extra sugar?
Okay, extra sugar. Let's see if it's extra sugar. Free overripe tomatoes and some strawberries.
Grandma whispered as she squinted at the list. I climbed up high on the
Trellis.
The ground looked a long way down. I was scared. I'm here, child, she said. Her voice was steady and soft. You won't fall. I reached free, luscious tomatoes while she picked strawberries. Lightning again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. And I counted. Kabish, boom, baroom! The thunder growled.
Okay, so the main secret, the secret ingredient was free overripe tomatoes and some strawberries, which the grandma picked.
But that's not even tall about. How is she scared?
Ivy, she's younger than you.
Hello.
I don't know exactly. But still, I think this will taste so good. I just love how boom-a-room sounds. We hurried back to the house and the warm kitchen, and we measured the ingredients. I poured them into the mixing bowl while Grandma mixed. I churned butter for the frosting and melted chocolate. Finally, we poured the batter into the cake pans and put them into the oven together. Lightning lit the kitchen. I only counted to 3 and the thunder rumbled and crashed.
3 miles away,
Grandma said, and the cake is in the oven. We made it. We'll have a real thunder cake.
My turn.
That still looks pretty good, even though there's tomatoes in it.
As we waited for the cake, Grandma looked at the window for a long time. Why you aren't afraid of thunder? You're too brave, she said as she looked right at me. I'm not brave, Grandma, I said. I was under the bed, remember? But you got out under it, she answered. And you got eggs from mean old Nellie Pecan. You got milk from old Cow. You went through tangleweed woods to the dry shed. You climbed the
Trellis.
trellis in the barnyard. From where I sit, only a brave person could have done all them things. Why do they keep saying that?
I fought and fought as the storm rumbled closer. She was right. I was brave.
Brave people can't be afraid of a sound, child,
she said as we spread out the tablecloth and set the table. When we were done, we hurried into the kitchen to take the cake out of the oven. After the cake cooled, we frosted it.
They're so weird. They opened the window.
The window's... Oh yeah, the window is open, but I don't know why.
Just then, the lightning flashed, and this time it lit the whole sky. Even before last flash had faded, the thunder rolled. Boom! It crashing barrel mode just above us. The storm was here. Perfect, Grandma cooed. Just perfect. She beamed as she added the last strawberry to the glistening chocolate frosting on top of our thunder cake.
That looks pretty good. As rain poured down on our roof, Grandma cut a wedge for each of us. She poured us steaming cups of tea from the salmon flour. When the thunder roared above us so hard it shook the windows and rattled the dishes in the cupboards, we just smiled and ate our thunder cake. From that time on, I never feared the voice of thunder again.
She shouldn't laugh at the grandma. That's not nice.
Well, guys, that is the end of Thunder Cake. But before I turn off this, I just want to share with you the real Thunder Cake recipe. So talk to your parents if you want to bake this, and I'll put all the measurements in the description below this video. If you eat this, legend says that you will not be afraid of thunder. Well, please press that subscribe button if you want to see more fun books.
If you didn't take a picture of this, the last page, you should take a picture of it right now.
I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, if you did not catch that, I'll put all the measurements in the description, and hope you enjoyed it. See you later.